Now here's Irving. High arcing shot. 2 points. That one goes. Well, this is game one of a back-to-back for them, Doris. You think they play tonight with tomorrow in mind?
You know, it's always interesting, B.A., and a lot of times it's based on how old is your team. If you've got guys who are long in the tooth, meaning they've played a lot of years, you might play them one night and then not play them in the back-to-back. This is the modern NBA. Sometimes you never know who's going to be available. Boy, the extraordinary playmaking instincts of Luka Doncic on display right there.
Here's Reed. That one's good. And it's Conley who picks up the assist.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
Gafford up top. Doncic outside. Here's Gafford. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. The shot from the low post is good.
Let's remember, Luka's 6'7", 230, so this guy lethal around the hoop.
Well, Doris, the Timberwolves have made consecutive playoff appearances. That's a win for this team. Well,
when you consider that hadn't been done in this organization going all the way back to 2004, it does show they are moving in the right direction. The next step, obviously, they have to win a series.
And Doris, Anthony Edwards has lived up to the expectations. He continues to get better each year.
He does, B.A., and let's remember, as a former #1 pick, that carries a lot of weight and responsibility. But Ant is a guy who embraces that pressure. He wants the spotlight, and he puts in the work to be great. His future is bright.
And Minnesota calls time here. And here's Minnesota now. 6-point game. And the first season matchup for them against the Mavericks this year.
They won the season series last year, and on paper, it looks like they should do it again.
Pulls up. The shot by Conley. No good. And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for the Mavs. This game coming after the loss versus the Kings.
Hey, they had their chances, but they struggled from the line. It's so hard to win that way on someone else's floor.
You've got to stand in and deliver from the free throw line, even in a tough environment, and they failed to do so.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Pass to Reed. Fires the three. That one's good, and it's Conley who picks up the assist. Reed's got 5 now.
Well, if you want to pinpoint one thing about Mike Conley, it's his feel for the game. That's a pretty pass.
Now, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Washington. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Rudy Gobert picks one up.
Well, for P.J. Washington, it's important he continue to establish himself as a floor spacer. This guy can really make threes.
And the Mavericks making a change here. And he sinks the second. One thing you can count on with this Mavericks team, they shoot threes.
All night long if you let them. I mean, near the top of the league for attempts beyond the arc. They do it every chance they can get.
Right side Edwards. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Well, you can see Anthony Edwards trying to probe and create an opportunity to get off the dribble drive, sees that window and exploits it.
Pass to Doncic. Down low. Here's Washington.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
Well, great play down low. I mean, you expect the defense to adjust, collapse maybe, but that should open up things on the perimeter later in the game.
And their assist total, also impressive early, creating with the pass and playing for teammates.
Thinking back to one of the most fun runs in the NBA, Grant, those early 2000 Mavs teams.
Oh, I've played against those teams, and they were incredible offensively. Of course, you had Steve Nash running the point, Dirk and Finley on the wings, and the pace they played with, they were well ahead of their time.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. After the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago. And he dunks it down.
Boy, there is an artistry and a feel to Luka Doncic's game. This guy is elite with his playmaking.
Now here's Conley. No made baskets yet. From downtown, Washington grabs the miss. Pass to Reed. Now here's Edwards. Just 5 to shoot. Up and over Doncic. Off the left rim and out.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
It's blocked by Gobert.
Boy, whenever Gobert is out there, he will make you think about shooting near the rim. This guy's such a good shot blocker.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
So it's Dallas leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. We'll be back in a moment. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Mavericks.
Well, coming into tonight, maybe you thought they were going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Nope, that's not the case.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Timeout call, the Timberwolves.
Gaming TV.
It doesn't look like you have an app named
Gaming TV.
It doesn't look like you have an app named
Hey Siri, can you look up a gaming TV?
The Gaming TV is a TV with built-in features designed to make the most of your game.
Much of modern offenses include hunting for mismatches. Doris, if you aren't a great defender, you're targeted.
And the word you used is appropriate. Great defender. Because teams know how to find the weakest link and attack that. They isolate that poor defender by using pick and roll action. And here's the key, BA. You can be a really solid defender, but if you are the worst of the 5 on the defensive team, teams are going to seek you out.
Here's Doncic after the Timberwolves picking up a basket a moment ago.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Pass to Morris. Warren sets a screen. Morris with it. Checked by Washington.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Dallas on D. They lead by 4. Doncic pulls down the board. So it's the Mavericks now. Next up, they'll take on the Rockets at Toyota Center. That'll be the first leg of just a 2-game trip for them. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
The Mavericks are hoping they have what it takes to bring home the Larry O'Brien trophy, and Luka Doncic said, quote, "That's everything. I want to win the championship here. It's our goal every season. It's a lot of work, and there are so many great teams in the league. Anybody can beat you at this point. You have to really be ready." Yeah.
So you gotta do this, son.
Thank you.
The defense has to know they're going to get a steady diet of three-point shooting from Luka. You must contest.
For three. Here's Minot. That one doesn't drop. Jones with some nice D.
Despite the defensive presence, he challenges at the rim. Give him an A for effort. And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Here's Alexander Walker. Yet to see a basket. Here's Warren. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Well, how about the willingness to play through contact if you're T.J. Warren? If you got the body, fellas, you might as well put it to use.
You know, Doris, looking at the Timberwolves, they've emphasized rim protection.
B.A., this is a theme across the NBA. As much as we see the proliferation of three-point shooting, team's first priority is to protect the painted area because those are the easiest shots. You've got to play to your strengths and employ good defensive philosophy.
And so it's Minnesota with it after the Mavericks picking up a basket just a moment ago.
And that's just nasty right there, guys. He has a tremendous crossover.
Now here's Irving. 9 points in the game. Kleber outside. And it's Irving missing.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Morris left side. Back to Alexander Walker. The kick out to Morris. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Green.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. And it's Warren missing. And Doncic has got the ball here for Dallas. Gafford the screen. Now Doncic. 7 points in the game. Luka on the attack.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Here's Morris. Washington grabs the miss. The Mavericks leading. Doncic right side. And Washington powers it through.
Well, not exactly one of those big, burly power forwards, right? He depends on his leaping ability more than those guys, and it serves him just fine.
And Minnesota calls time here. And as the
Look
coaches
out,
draw up
LeBron.
their strategies, the players
You know
stay
they went
hydrated
3
with some
without
Gatorade.
us.
That's key to keeping them at their best all the way up to the buzzer.
It really
They went out
is.
to eat
Every
without
one of
us.
those players knows it. They're
Oh,
all
no.
making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting
Then
enough
they
to
went to
drink.
the baby store
Especially
without
towards
us.
the
What
end
else
of
they been
games,
doing
when
without
the
us?
physical toll of a long contest
And
really
no
starts to
chiller.
add up.
Conley goes in. And Gafford with the block.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Kyrie Irving so good at keeping defenders off balance. Earns a trip to the free throw line there. Nicely done.
And the first one at the line is good. You know, when you think about Kyrie Irving's game, his ball handling is what still comes to mind first.
Yeah, you know, B.A., that and his killer instinct. Kyrie is one of the most creative players we've ever seen. A guy you can count on to come through in big moments.
Now here's Conley. 23 points his last outing. Here's Gobert. And Gafford with the block. And now the Mavs on the run. And that one's good. Irving's got 6 points in the quarter.
And they're really rolling right now. That lead keeps getting bigger and bigger.
And one of the things that's helped that is they're getting it done on both ends. Terrific focus on offense, and they're locked in defensively.
Just a big play at this juncture of the game. Second chance points could be the key for them.
Impressive effort right there. That's what they need to mount a comeback. Stolen by Reed. Edwards looking for an opening. Poke loose. And that'll do it for the first half of play. The Mavericks on top. They lead by 13. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Now here's Conley. Pass to Gobert. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Grant, some think of Gobert as just a defensive specialist. He's proven to be more than that.
Yeah, B.A., I like how Moody uses his height to his advantage inside. Focuses on taking high percentage.
And he misses the second one as well, so 0 for 2 that time. And every year, a question that's frequently asked, does Dallas have the right mix of players around Luka Doncic?
And B.A., this is a hot topic of conversation around the league. Luka Doncic is a ball-dominant player who's been absolutely brilliant throughout the start of his NBA career. But it requires a certain level of player around him. You've got to have guys who play defense at a high level and who can make perimeter shots.
Now here's Conley. He's been a consistent contributor, averaging just over 11 a game. McDaniels can't hit.
And right now they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
To the paint. And the dunk by Gafford.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
Reed can't hit.
Well, an 0 for 3 start to the half, you need to pick it up and start to put some pressure on your opponent.
Outside Irving. Into the lane. And it's good. 2 points. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter.
They've been a little soft with their defense on the interior.
Minnesota calls timeout. Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Edwards. To the left wing. Gobert inside. Oh, no good again that time.
Rough start to the third quarter, but give some credit to the defense they're facing.
Here's Lively. Off the mark there with a 3.
And that's their first miss after hitting 4 in a row to start the half.
To the middle. McLaughlin. Blocked. They retain possession. Foul beyond the arc, and he almost hit the shot. He'll go to the line for 3.
Good defensive intensity, but you have to stay in control always.
When you discuss the Minnesota Timberwolves, what would you say about their front office, Grant?
Well, B.A., they want to be as competitive as possible. Whether it's who they are drafting, trading for, or signing in free agency, this team's goal.
Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Driving inside. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Goes back up. Hardaway, no good. Outside Edwards. Here's Gobert. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
You simply must account for Rudy Gobert and keep him off the offensive glass. He's done it his whole career.
Kleber outside. Pass to Lively. Here's Exum. He's scoreless. Here's Lively. Defended by Gobert. They get it back. Here's Hardy. Another shot. And he lays it up and in. And the Mavericks lead by 20.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Count the basket. Edwards has got 7.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards in the painted area is going to be a force. Size, strength, and hops. Look out.
Timeout on the floor. Mavericks. And so it's Dallas with it. Earlier they held a 23-point lead. Outside for Irving. Gafford the screen. Irving attacking. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Boy, how about the speed at which Kyrie Irving comes at you on the drive? This is why he's able to draw so many fouls.
Both free throws good from Irving. Here's Morris. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, Karl Anthony Towns is a threat from everywhere on the court. He said, quote, if I need to shoot, I can shoot. If I need to post up, be a bruiser, I can be a bruiser. I'm not a specialist in anything. What I can do is be a very versatile player and try to do every single thing really well. Brian?
Yeah, that's the good stuff there. Allie, thank you. 52 seconds left in the third quarter. And that one drops for him. And Doncic has got the ball here for Dallas. It's an 18-point game. Gafford the screen. Back to Irving. Good on the 13-footer. Irving's got 9 points now in the second half.
So smooth on the mid-range. Kyrie dialed in.
Morris right side. It's an even 3-on-3 break. Outside for Irving. Gets it to go. He's now 9 for 11 on the night.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Outside Anderson. Over Gafford. Kyrie Irving has been on display for the Dallas Mavericks. He's been lighting it up tonight. 24 points. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And Minnesota calls time here. Well, from broadcasting to team ownership, heading USA basketball, Grant, what drives you to do so much these days?
Well, B.A., I'm an active guy, and I had a great playing career. But the things I wasn't able to do because of the injury, I think, left me even more motivated to excel and try new things in this next chapter of my life.
And here are the Mavericks now. Here's Doncic. Lays it up and banks it in.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Edwards with it. Irving picks him up. Here's Conley. Here's Gobert. Oh, and Gobert powers it home.
Boy, that's a dunk we'll see for a while. Rudy Gobert, a little sauce on that one.
Irving looking around. Washington outside. Irving with it. Pass to Gafford. 4 on the clock. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Up top, Edwards. And here's Reed. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
He pushed a little too hard there trying to close the gap. And yes, he paid the price.
That's a big miscue, and you hate to see that happen at this point in the game.
Back to Doncic. Gafford the screen. You rack up all those frequent flyer miles, Doris, covering games all around the NBA. So do you have a favorite city?
BA, I would start with, it's been an honor to have covered games in all 30 NBA cities. I think what I'm most curious about is expansion. Do we go back to Seattle? Is there a team eventually in Las Vegas? These are exciting cities perhaps on my horizon.
Reed, good.
Well, unselfish play by Anthony Edwards. Teammate is wide open. He puts it right where it needs to be.
And the Mavericks call time here. Two minutes gone by here in the fourth. And here's Doncic. It's blocked by Gobert. Outside Edwards. Reed for 3. Gafford grabs the miss. Fantastic ball movement for them tonight.
Things are definitely working offensively. A balanced attack is just so much harder to defend.
Well, the final minute of a game can take up to 20 minutes of real time or longer. Is that something the league needs to look at, Doris?
You know, BA, I think they've already tried to do that. They've already changed some of the timeout situations. Some of the reviews come directly from Secaucus while game action is going on. The fact of the matter is there will always be strategy implementation late game that's going to extend the duration. I think the league has already addressed it to the degree they can. What a brutal night for this guy, and it is having a ripple effect throughout the team. This is tough.
Hardaway with it. He's picked up by Conley. Oh, swiped away. And out of bounds. Dallas will have it. And Dallas with possession. Outside, Green. Baseline jumper. And the jumper is good.
Boy, that's as wide open as you're going to get. The defense needs to lock in and be better than that.
Here's Edwards. It's rebounded by Dallas. Outside Hardaway. And play stops as it looks like an over-the-back call here. And for the players coming into the league, potentially set for life. But there are pitfalls you have to look out for, Grant.
It's so true, B.A. I mean, it's tough. You can't take all your childhood friends along for the ride with you. You've got to be cautious with new acquaintances, so it'll definitely keep you on your toes. You must make great decisions.
Shot is good by Edwards.
Well, with the size, frame, and athleticism, if you allow Anthony Edwards to get to the glass, look out.
Here's Kleba. Drains the triple.
Have to show more effort defensively. Everyone knows he can do that from deep.
Well, to me, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the Mavericks.
Pretty clear who the better team was today. They dominated in just about every phase of this game, Grant.
B.A., it's almost hard to think what didn't go well for them. Their plan, their execution, everything was absolutely on point.
And looking at their record now, tonight's win gives them 45 on the year. And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Kyrie Irving.
Anytime they needed a bucket, they'd put the ball in his hands and say, go make a play. It was impressive to watch. Bad foul. That's not who you want to send to the line.
And you look at the impact of Mike Conley. He makes a difference without making many mistakes, Doris.
B.A. just an extremely disciplined point guard. He'd rather make the smart play than the highlight reel. This guy sets such a great example on and off the floor.
Edwards for three. Offensive rebound. Gobert. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
How about the finish through contact by Rudy Gobert? Wow.
Pass to Hardy. Hardaway on the wing. Fires from deep. Reed with the rebound. And here's Minnesota now, trailing by 19. They get the rebound. Nice work on the boards, paying off with a basket.
Well, there's not a little bit of hesitation with Mike Conley. I know he's slight of frame, but he's thinking, I can score it in the painted area.
Inside. Outside, Green. Pass to Exum. Here's Lively. And so Dallas takes this one by a big margin. They didn't have too many problems to...
Hey, y'all want to turn that around? Is it off? What is it on? I don't know, 7. Seven zero. Good go. Good turn it on. Thank you too, bro.
I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill, and the fourth member of our crew, reporter Allie LaForce.
Oh. He's sorry. He already quit.
Didn't the game just start?
He tried to look for my record.
Hey, what is it?
I got 90 wins and 117 losses.
If it's my time, ain't no time to be fumbling. Big bill of pay-per-view, Lil Billy SummerSlam. Came a long way, used to out of Cumberland. I done things hard to sleep on their stomach. Get used to evictions and dipping and struggling. I was like 12 or 3 bills, I was juggling. Dodging it, who was way more than trouble kids. Look at my eyes and they call on my lies. I done went head to head with me more than my size. When you used to a loss, ain't no tucking, no problem. We're like added to everything weighing inside. I was gonna give up rapping right after the album. It's too many nights I done cried till I looked in the mirror off the side. I remembered I'm really best at it alive. Big dog status, nothing less. Even if I lose, I finesse. We ain't gotta talk about a thing. No, I'm only talking about the check. I've been counted out since the jump. I was posted in that wreck. I was addicted to buying watches last year. I ain't switched the time on them yet. Wait. Yeah, I cannot fold. If I do, it's some man fashion pretty. Wanna know what I'm dressed in. All my dogs wanna know who you bank with. Crib on a light with Hermes kids. I cannot fold. I cannot fold. No. Labels try to put me on a hold. I said no. I got so much juice, turning stew to a freak show. They counted me out. I said freak no. My chain going blind on some freak no. Y'all gotta understand, I got the upper hand. Freak, I done went head to head. Ain't no time to be fumbling.
Hey there. Tell your mama you want some Irene seafood. So Irene seafood. Nah, call her. Call her on Booger phone. Tell her we want some Irene seafood. Some Irene seafood.
You need some Irene seafood. Some What's Irene seafood?
I remember back when I ball to the end. I remember I stacked my first 100 bands. I said I'm finna do this again. Ha, I see you going broke, trying to keep up with me. Bad boy spending millions out here like I'm signing Diddy. Showed up playing Jane Rolex, had a meeting with Rock Nation. They got about 4, 5, 6 rap.
Oh, he's walking at the stove. He's walking to the stove.
Don't I still got love for him? Cuz went to college hooping, staying in a dorm. I was still at mama house, sleeping on the floor. I ran up $250,000 and was still sleeping on the floor. The type of have $1 million, act like I'm broke. When I was 16, I said it ain't even about me no more. This PRE on my chest, it's a multi-million-dollar logo.
Yeah, when the big gets there, y'all don't have y'all next week.
She said she loved it.
She got one of the whole shoot. Fuck it. Nah, tell her to bring it back. Tell her to bring it back. Yeah. You want to leave us at the house anyway. Right?
Out at the corner store and left the Rari running, man. Get money every day. Go yard full of currency, no, I didn't come to play. Hey, I spent $1 million on Richard Mills. I got a driveway full of Hot Wheels. And yeah, she a, but now that Birkin bag not real. And yeah, I got skills. Addicted to the lifestyle. I'm trying to count me 100 million right now. Yeah, right now. Tell them.
Hello. He just walked in. I'm finna tell him to talk to you.
Hello? What you want?
He can go me.
Because y'all went to dinner without us. And you left him. And you wanted to go.
Well, it ain't
and then y'all went out to eat.
It's the girl. I'm gonna take him to see King Kong later on tonight, so I got something planned for him.
I met my one day, the next day her life was never the same. Real though. Yeah, I mean, hey, I'm just a different type of
Yeah, I mean, do what the I wanna. Yeah, I mean. Hey, bro, you hang around me too long, man, you might slip up and become a millionaire or something. Yeah, I mean. Yeah. Hey, look. Lil' mama wishing you mine. Your life instantly changed. You no longer the same. Yeah, 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 yeah. Stop.
Father God, thank you. Guide me.
This is 2K Sports, broadcasting from Atlanta as the Hawks take it to the hardwood. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Atlanta right now in the middle of a road trip.
Yeah, and Kevin, things are starting to get a little bit out of control for them. This losing streak is starting to become an embarrassment, and it's only going to get worse if things don't change.
And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. Johnson in the corner. His three-pointers off the mark. And stolen by Murray. With the drive. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Murray just getting by him in a flash.
And we've got a good one on tap tonight between a couple of teams, Greg, who can really shoot the three ball. Some of your thoughts coming into this one.
Well, when you have teams like this, it's about guarding that perimeter. If you don't, they're going to rain on you the entirety of the game. So this might be one of those games that comes down to who has the ball last.
And here is Murray following the three-pointer from DeAndre Hunter. That one drops for him. Murray's got his second basket of the game.
Defensively, you're trying to prevent DeJounte from getting to the rim, but he can counter. That mid-range becomes deadly.
Outside, Bogdanovic. Doesn't go that time. Good work defensively by Capella. A nice shot by Bogdanovic.
Great court awareness by Murray, just whipping that pass right over to the wide open man.
Here's the drive. Floats one up. Good work defensively by Capella.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
Murray outside. Again, the Hawks good for 2.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
The Hawks again can't hit. The Hawks with a quick start to this game. Since moving to Atlanta in 1968, Greg, the Hawks have never been to the NBA Finals.
That is insane, Kevin. I mean, you think back to all the great players they've had, from Dominique Wilkins to now Trae Young. Hawks fans are hungry for a trip to the finals.
Well, Capella, if we watched him again there, he would be reading where that ball is going, and he positions himself before the ball even comes off.
Murray, no good.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Bogdanovic, no luck.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And here's Bogdanovic for 3. For 3, Hunter. Good, and the assist goes to Murray.
Hunter in rhythm is a much better shooter, and that shot looked nice.
Outside, Bogdanovic. We've got 1:23 left in the first. Rebounded by the Hawks. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta. Here's Johnson, who's back up. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And it's Jalen Johnson with the foul. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
So both teams changing it up here. And he's good on the 3-ball.
How about that touch, Bogdanovich? That time from way out.
There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Capella. Here's Windler. Off target from outside. The Hawks trail by 5. Pass to Forrest. And here's Matthews for the 3. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Outside Bogdanovich. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Windler. And that one, good.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be back with you shortly. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Hawks, what do you guys think?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
Driving in, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Clint Capella.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
This is his first free throw of the game. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And Greg, when they talk about youth development, the days are gone when coaches divided guards and bigs when it comes to skill work. When did that change?
It's kind of a recent development, maybe the last 10 or 15 years. But it's amazing how the game has evolved.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
Here's Forrest. Bogdanovich left side. Pass to Windler. From downtown. Rebound by Johnson.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of
on the flow, bro.
On the backboard.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Trae Young has been talking smack from a young age. He said if I was doing something nice, I wanted to let them know about it. Once he got to the NBA, Trae says, I was more of a fan of the guys I was going against. Once I got out of that mindset and started being competitive and talking a little trash, that's when everything clicked. Kevin?
David, not shy at all. Thank you. Here's Forrest. The kick out to Matthews. Windler. Johnson with the rebound.
That's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup. He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. Here's Murray. Last time out, he had 44 points. Looking at DeJounte Murray, it's amazing, Bren, how well he recovered from a serious injury just a few years ago.
Well, you never know how a guy is going to bounce back from an ACL injury and a complete year off from basketball, but he is back to full strength, and he has been awesome.
That one is no good.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
putting himself on the line to get to the line. Murray going right at the defense.
The Hawks shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that. Clearly defensive miscue there. If there's not a body on him that's sitting at the mid-range, that's a defensive mistake.
Baseline jumper. That will not drop. Still looking for his groove. He's 1 of 6 so far from the floor.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for the Atlanta Hawks. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
The Hawks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%. Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Here's Murray into the lane, and it's Murray with the jam.
What a finish by DeJounte Murray. Wow.
Capella trying to free himself up. Murray, no good.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Now, here's Johnson. Nothing on the board. Hunter with it. And it comes off the front of the rim. Deep 2 from Murray. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And the basket is good. Murray's got 12 in the game.
You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
And Atlanta calls their first time out of the game. .27 left in the first half of the game. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Murray outside. Pass to Capella. Shot clock at 6. Hunter. Rebound, Atlanta.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. .102 left to play here in the half. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. 59 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Bogdanovich. His last outing, he had 24 points. Outside Matthews. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Hunter. Pass to Johnson. Tries again. Rebounded by Capella. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Bogdanovich. He's covered by Matthews. And the dunk by Capella.
Well, you want to lead by an example. Bogdanovich leading the way with the assist.
Over in the corner, Matthews. Johnson with the block. Can't hit that one. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. Back to the action in just a minute. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And it's Murray penetrating. And it's Capella missing. The Hawks trail by 6. In the corner, it's Hunter. Fires from deep. Doesn't go for him. And the Hawks with possession. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Here's Johnson. Can't connect from short range.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
He had a defender all over.
Atlanta shooting their 5th and 6 free throws of the game.
DeJounte Murray. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Murray.
Well, since coming into the league, Murray's worked so hard on his free throw shooting. It's really paying off.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. The Hawks leading by 4. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Atlanta calls timeout.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
Things present themselves throughout a game. Teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
Atlanta making some changes. Here's Forrest, and he converts the layup. Forrest has got his first points of the game.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
Bogdanovich. The shot, no good.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
Here's Fernando. For the tie. It's good. This game is all even.
Impressive, the fortitude, the will to battle back, but it did take a lot of energy to get here.
Well, they didn't really have a choice at the position that they were. They had to fight hard. They've gotten that. They've outworked the other team, just fighting tonight.
The Hawks have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
Known as a stellar defender, Murray's offensive game has also come a long way. He's established that confidence on that end, and he's not done improving.
Here's Forrest. Atlanta with the rebound. Murray with it. Okongwu covering. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. The kick out to Matthews. Okongwu a screen. Over Johnson. Back to Matthews. Johnson with the block. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Murray outside. Johnson outside. From outside, off the mark.
And he has not made one shot in this one. It has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up.
Here's Matthews from the arc. Hunter grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Matthews scanning the floor. Hunter with some nice defense.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
4 on 3 as they bring it up. Back to Matthews. Here's Forrest. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for Atlanta. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Pass to Johnson. With the step back. Second shot opportunity. And Bogdanovich lays it in. Bogdanovich has got his second basket.
Probing and looking and finding ways. Bogdanovich really in attack mode here tonight.
The Hawks leading by 4 to the inside. And it's Murray with the jam.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. So both teams making some changes here. Here's Murray. He has 7.
Can we do this? Can we stop doing this?
You call me.
Johnson. Hunter, no one around.
You call me.
The Hawks again can't hit.
It was an accident. I ain't gone with Bulls.
The game was not.
And the advantage they have starting to increase. Things are coming together for them at a really opportune time.
Coaches always talk about the first 5 minutes of the third quarter. They have definitely increased their energy level here.
Hunter, no one around him. And again, it's Atlanta.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Pass to Bogdanovich. To end the drought. Rebound by the Hawks.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Wide open look here for Murray. And the 3 off target.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Frustration seems to be mounting here, and you can see not just in their faces, but right now in their quick and hurried shot selection.
Bogdanovich. And so it's Atlanta with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. We'll take a quick break and then back to the act. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. The Hawks trailed by 10. Murray outside. Pass to Okongwu. Now Murray. And here is Okongwu. Covered by Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off.
They worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Banked in off the glass. Murray's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, Murray just one of those guys who loves to work it inside.
Wide open look. Again, the Hawks score.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Pass to Forrest. Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. A 3 from Matthews. Matthews with the rebound.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
The Hawks trail by 12. Murray for 3. And no good that time. Atlanta with the ball. From outside the arc. Matthews no good. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Forst's shot is off. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
They've been in the zone for mid-range all game long, and they've made the most of any chance they've found in that space.
Well, something else that has stood out is their up-tempo offense. I mean, these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high-percentage looks, getting out there on the fast break.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the last break, I heard Quinn Snyder talking with his team. He told his players, I love the energy right now. You look like you're having fun out there. Keep playing for each other because our chemistry looks great right now. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Bogdanovich goes in. Takes it off the glass.
Well, Bogdanovich showing he's got speed out on the wing and running hard to fill the lane.
Bogdanovich grabs the miss. The Hawks trip by 10. Murray for three. Not going to go that time.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
Back to Bogdanovich. Takes a three. Sinks the triple. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 13 now for the Hawks.
Trying to improve every year, that's the goal of anyone in the NBA. Bogdanovich has great fundamentals to be able to do that.
Team first. At the line for Atlanta.
Free throw good, Murray. Now many people say officiating favors the offense. Brent, do you agree with that?
Absolutely. That's what this game is about. It's about scoring. And so there aren't many rule changes that are going to stop guys from being as potent as they've been offensively, especially over the last couple years.
Screen by Capella. A nice shot by Bogdanovich. And the Hawks.
Do you feel me now? I gotta move. Trying to move fake, no way. Yeah. Ooh. I just been in my thing. Yeah. Cause the mood on strange. Yeah. Call me, got it all on tape.
Like a bird when he caught his. The ones that was hating, they ain't make it. Got food on your table for you eat, say grace. Hey man, I'm going #1, I can taste it. I was born of a star, I'm an alien. I'ma sell out arenas in the stadiums. I got my and my family ain't trading them. I ain't let them drown, I ain't saving them. I turn the pain into probably should be proud of him.
Vision been in my pocket and I'm counting them. Backstage full of people I don't like, so I say amen. Gotta pray for the picker man. Every year gotta change my alias. B-O-T-Y, shorty like the name and the stain to my soul. Had to track my roles while they watch and they mad. And they mad. And they mad. Pull up with a fit and they mad. Show money bags in my backpack. Introducing one yo granddad. Stepping on rap like.
I was born of a star, I'm an alien. They don't wanna work, no work, don't wanna work. I was born of a star, I'm an alien. I'ma sell out arenas in the stadiums. I got my work and my family ain't trading them. I ain't let them drown, I ain't saving them. I turn the pain into profit, should be proud of him.